Hello, welcome to any community. What do you mean by HOTS, HOTS? What do you mean by LOTS, lots? What is the word meaning of this? How you are going to apply in Roga Nidana learning? We are going to discuss this particular video. The term lots and HOTS refers to the method of or the nature of thinking skills. Lots refers to lower order thinking skills and HOTS refers to higher order thinking skills. So this can be applied in the subject of Roganidana. When you think about the lower order thinking and higher order thinking skills, these are based on the Bloom's taxonomy. When you think about the Bloom's taxonomy, from the lower order to higher order, it is being mentioned as remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. So when you think about the overall, so the students entering into the subject, out of 40,000 students, approximately in a year, who are passing out to health ecosystem, specifically in Ayurveda, only 400 students are coming in this particular category of what you say that the top percent, 1% of learners who are actually having the capacity to create or innovate as such, or otherwise what we can say the genius level. For this aspect, you need to have the what actually the thorough thought process should be have. So wherein the remember, understand, apply are categorized under lower order thinking skills, whereas the analyze, evaluate, and create are categorized under higher order thinking skills, wherein the learner can able to create their own creation or innovative product or creativity will be observed in that particular situation. Now we are going to understand these lots and HOTS by an example. Let us take the example of Adhyashana. When you think about Adhyashana, Bhuktam Purvanna Sheshetu Punaradhyashanam Matam. Bhuktam Purvanna Sheshetu Punaha Adhyashanam Matam. Bhuktam Purvanna Sheshe. Already the person has taken some amount of the food that is present in the Amashaya. He has taken another bouts of the morsel as such, so that is considered to be Adhyashana, wherein the Chakrapani says Purvanna Ityadi Diva Bhuktasya Upari Tadahareva Bhujyate Tadadhyashanam. Purvanna Ityadi. Already he has taken previously. On the same day, Bhuktasya Upari Tadahareva. On the same day, person is going to consume the food before the digestion of the previously ingested meal. That is termed as Adhyashana. Vidadhyadhyashanam. Vidyadhyashanam bhuyo bhuktasya upari bhojanam. So, bhuktasya upari bhojanam. Already person has taken some amount of the food. Already he has taken another the meal as such, that is considered to be Adhyashana. Bhuktasya abhyavahritasya upari yadanyad bhojanam tadadhyashanam janiyat. Ranadatta says the same thing. Bhuktasya abhyavahritasya upari yad anyad bhojanam. Already he has taken the amount of the food. Again, he is going to consume the food again. That is considered to be Adhyashana. Bhuktasya upari punarbhojanam Adhyashanakhyam. Bhuktasya prag abhyavahritasya annasya pakad abhavad amashaya evasthitasya upari urdhvam anyad अन्नमाधीयते यत् भुक्तस्य उपरि भोजनं पूर्वान्नशेषे भुक्तमित्यर्थः. That is the same. That is ingestion of the meal again before the emptying of amashaya, as that is considered to be Adhyashana. Ajirne bhujyate yattu tadu Adhyashanamuchyate. Sushruta again says the same thing. When you think about the overall meaning as such, person is going to consume the food, and before the ingestion, before the emptying of amasha itself, is going to take the food again. So this is what is considered to be the remembering and understanding the information. Then regarding the application as such, that is considered to be next lower order thinking skill. When a person does the Adhyashana, so that will be responsible for the accumulation of the apakwa ahara in the amashaya, which in turn leads to kapha dosha prakopa. This is what we can say the application of the particular knowledge as such. And when you think about the next level of learning, as this is considered to be categorized under HOTS section, that is higher order thinking skill section. When you think about the analysis level, this is considered to be initial HOTS as the learning as such, that is initial high order thinking skill level. When you think about it, initially the person is going to consume the food, which is considered to be macromolecular in size. Because of this gravitational force, they are moving towards the pyloric end of the stomach region, which actually displaces the food substance which are present already in the stomach towards the border of the stomach region. Suppose if this is considered to be the cross section of the stomach, this is considered to be, which is green in color, which is newly ingested meal. This is actually responsible for the displacement of the macromolecules or intermediate molecules are present already in the stomach towards the periphery as such. And after a matter of 2 hours later, which is considered to be the time period for the stasis of the food in the stomach, these macromolecules, they are moving first into the duodenum as such, as the macromolecules which are present somewhere on the stomach wall, they are actually moving later. When the person is going to consume the food, again, that is what we can say the Adhyashana. So that is actually responsible for the reduced hydrochloric acid, because this is the region where these hydrochloric acid secreting cells are being present, and this is actually responsible for the incomplete activation of pepsinogen into pepsin, which are essential for the conversion of macromolecules into intermediate molecules or micromolecules, which are present in the stomach region. Because of all these reasons, the person will be having the incomplete digestion of the food. As we have discussed, Adhyashana in the sense previously ingested meal, this will be responsible for the reduced hydrochloric acid pH, that is becoming more than 3.5. As the person is having the pH more than 3.5, which is considered to be responsible for the inactivation of pepsinogen. Normally, to have the pepsinogen activation into pepsin, the pH of the gastric juice should be 1.5 to 3.5. 1.8 to 3.5 or 1.5 to 3.5. So these are the different variations. As this is not happening, the person will be having the, the incomplete digestion as such. And when you think about the next level of understanding, that is evaluation, that is considered to be second order, higher order thinking skills. So here we need to know about the symptoms of Adhyashana, in the sense whether the person is having the fullness of the abdomen, or whether the person is having the nauseating sensation, or whether this person sometimes may be having the vomiting, etc. That is considered to be understandable by looking into the patient's presenting complaints. As far as evaluation is concerned, we have to go for the gastric fluid analysis. What actually the gastric fluid contains, or what about the gastric juices, how far the enzyme content is there. HCl content is there. That has to be analyzed there. What about the microorganism present in the gastric fluid, etc.? That has to be evaluated. Then that is considered to be the next phase of evaluation will be gastric tissue biopsy. By looking into that, we are going to identify what may be the tissue level status of the tissue of the gastric tissue, the gastric organ, that is stomach. That is, we are going to analyze there. The highest level of higher order thinking skills is create. So that is considered to be the next order, the highest level of a higher order thinking skill. So here the Adhyashana, the total Adhyashana itself can be properly understood properly. For example, the person is going to consume the food, Katu Rasa Sevana, for example, 70% of Katu Rasa Sevana and 15% of Amla Rasa and the 5% of Lavana Rasa Sevana, 2% of Tikta and 8% of Madhura Rasa Sevana. In this particular occasion, the maximum dosha increase could be Pitta. And suppose if the person is going to consume more amount of the 50 or 60% of Madhura Rasa Sevana, in that particular situation, the person will be having the Kapha dosha dominance. In the another way, understanding of Adhyashana could be Katu Rasa taken initially. This is being followed by Amla or Tikta or Madhura or Amla Rasa Ahara. In that way, there may be a possibility of Tridosha Prakopa itself. Or otherwise, the next level of the creation as Adhyashana understanding in terms of the specific diseases. For example, Adhyashana and Amavata, Adhyashana and Gridhrasi, Adhyashana and Kushtha. As such, we can able to apply these particular principles of Adhyashana in these different disease manifestations. That's how we can able to create our own level of understanding here. To sum up, LOTS refers to lower order thinking skills, which is nothing but remembering the information and understanding the information and applying the information as such. For example, if you are considered to be the Vata dosha, regarding the Vata dosha guna, Tatra rukshu laghu shita kara sukshmaschalo anilaha. This is what is considered to be the remembering. Understanding what actually the ruksha guna refers to and what do you mean by laghu guna refers to, shita guna refers to, and applying this, how to apply ruksha guna in tvak, how to apply ruksha guna in mahasrotas, how to apply ruksha guna in the eyes, how to apply shita guna in nose, etc. So that is considered to be the highest level of lower order thinking skills. Then comes the higher order thinking skills, which is including analyze, evaluate, and create. Analyze in the sense analyzing the information based on the principles of physiology, based on the principles of pathology, based on the principles of medicine, or based on the principles of the Padartha Vijnana, based on the principles of Rachana and Kriya Sharira, based on the principles of Dravya Guna, or Vaishajya Kalpana, or Agada Tantra, etc., etc. So that is analyzing those. Evaluation in the sense, whatever we have, the information we have learned, how to apply this, whether that can be reproducible. If you know about it, that is evaluating this. And lastly, reproducing the same with the same kind of the result, or having the somewhat the newer innovation technique, that is categorized under higher order thinking skills. In other words, making the person to have a dependent thought process to independent thought process is the ultimate aim of the higher order thinking skills. That's all for today. What are the major key takeaways from today's discussion? Mention in the comment box below. And what is the one video that you'd like to hear in the coming days in this particular channel? Mention in the comment box below. and spread this particular video to maximum number of true Nidana learners so that we can make a huge movement out of this particular small message. That's all for today. Something more in the next video. Thank you.